Hi, everybody. It's Will and Y4, and we are here on Charybdis 5 for another video on making factories. Now, as you look out on these fabricators in front of us here, you probably imagine that this is another one of Will's Vitinium fuel rod permutations. But no, it's not. I am really happy to tell you guys that finally we have something new. Yes, fans, here it is. Autocraft ammo. At last, Posh Midget 96 has done something that no one else has been able to do. And I know a lot of mod authors have been working on it. I've been in touch with them and I read their various comments on Discord. This guy or gal has finally mastered it. So you can actually use fabricators to produce a production line of ammo. No more having to go to the workbench and try and pull together the diodes and the primers in order to get it done. Here we have the whole picture. But if that isn't enough, I've also been really fortunate to be able to find this new mod by Something Wicked 3. The Wicked Workshop Industrial Complex, and there's a couple different mods that are connected together here. And Something Wicked 3 has done an amazing job. Just look at some of those pictures of the fabulous platforms and landing bays and habs and all kinds of extra equipment that he has created that I will give you just a preview. Here are some of the habs, science, industrial, all kinds of sleeping platforms and showers. I mean, it's an amazing amount of construction that this guy has done. And then this one, there's a whole conveyor belt system, which unfortunately didn't arrive in time for me to work on in this video, but believe me, I will show it to you in my next one. So tremendous congratulations to Wicked. He's really done a fabulous job with this, and you'll see a lot of the work as we go forward. Well, here is the installation instructions for this mod and the requirements. Some of them do require special projects and higher levels in weaponry, ammo, and so on, industrial workbench. You actually build the crafters. They look like regular fabricators. And there's what's required is not very much. And then the primers and diodes, he created recipes because, in Starfield, you cannot manufacture them. And for all the rest of the ammos, he uses the same formula that you would at the workbench. Well, we need to gather 17 materials. You see them here, and they're pretty common around the universe. And actually, I've been very fortunate to be able to do this with basically 3 cargo links. Now, you notice I'm using Charybdis 5, the home base. Well, if you've been following any of my videos, you know that I love this location, along with Sirius 1, because the time to a local to universal time ratio is 1 to 100, just like on Venus. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for this build, I chose Charybdis because right on that planet, we get copper, antimony, and gold, and down the road, lead, tungsten, and titanium, and on Charybdis 6, cobalt, nickel, uranium. So all of that is just with local cargo links. Then I went to Hyla 5 for neodymium, mercury, aluminum, silver, and helium in one location. That was quite a challenge to get them all. Hyla 5A has iron and neon, and that's a local cargo link back to Hyla 5. And for Polvo, I have solvent and vanadium on the same planet. I'm using Navachi as a helium source for Polvos, since, again, I don't have helium on Charybdis, so it has to be supplied by the senders. Well, let's go up into overhead views so you can see what's going on here. First, of course, you have to notice that you have these great platforms. This one is the spaceport headquarters. Here's industrial small landing pad headquarters, and it means that you can build on this. So it is really super efficient. Here we have another industrial small landing pad headquarters. This is a standard cargo link. This is a double industrial cargo link. And then finally, another intersystem. There's Hyla arriving right now. Everything goes into the Darkstar transfer container, which then gets distributed. And again, in this row, we have the large and small primers. Here are the diodes, the charged, magnetic. The primers are all going here. Now this is zero wire and isocentered magnets. What? Oh, okay. That's the cargo. This big pad is also a cargo link. It doesn't have helium, but it's not going anywhere. Okay, well, let's go down to the surface and take a look, so to speak. Well, we'll drop down here. First of all, notice this great sleep crate structure from Something Wicked. In our transfer container, you see everything is updating in real time, and we have a lot of materials which have been gathered and are now being distributed. Here we have the rows of the diodes here, and the primers are here. But let's see how it's set up. Let's go and look at one of the actual crafters. And it's very similar to everything, to all the others that are kind of like it. Only in this case, we are actually making ammo and making those primers and diodes. And each one has its own recipe. Most of them require one of those specials, which is why we have not been making that many when we've had to, when we've needed them. But look at the quantities that I'm getting here. You can eat your heart out. And, you know, this is just with 3 cargo links, bringing in materials. Here's another whole row. There's the white hots. I love those. And I'm quite confident that if some of you modders have created your own ammo, I bet that Posh Midget could include the recipes. Wouldn't it be that difficult if you've gone so far as to get this to actually work? So that really is the setup. Now, the thing, of course, that I love about what Wicked has done here is that everything is connected in this nice little cool mod we have, or have rather. We go upstairs and a little greenhouse outlook over Charybdis 5. Not that scenic, but I haven't done any decorating yet. I've been concentrated on getting this to actually work. And as I said, everything's connected. Here's my other, goes to my other cargo link, which then goes right back, can walk right up seamlessly into the factory floor, run right over to my ship without getting my feet wet, so to speak. So that really is the tour of this factory. But there's one other thing that I want to do with you guys. I've been working and developing my own mod, and I want to show it to you. It requires a little trip to Hyla 5. It won't take long, so please stay with me, and then we'll come back here and finish everything up. Well, of course, in planning for any kind of a factory setup like this, you want to try and get as many materials as you can in the fewest locations. And I was pretty fortunate to find in the HYLA system, I have all of these that you can see listed for HYLA 5, helium, lead, aluminum, silver, neodymium, and mercury. I didn't need lead here, I had that on Charybdis 5. And HYLA 5A, as you can see from the chart, contains iron and neon. We're not going to go there, but that gave me a lot to work with. But of course, the challenge here is that the helium and neodymium are in the craters, and the mercury and silver are in the frozen craters. And it looks like there's a million miles between them, but actually wasn't that tough to find a location between the two of them. And I found it over here, and let's go, if I can get my thumb to work, let's go down and look at it. And you'll see the next challenge that I had. So there's the frozen craters over there, and here are the regular craters. But, you know, in standard routine, guys, you would put down your marker and you start running around. It's sometimes hard to find even two, but to find four in one location, well, I've come up with a mod that's going to save your life and make this very, very easy. It requires a console command, but if I put on the scanner and then jump way up in the air with extra boost, here you see all the materials laid out in front of you. Here's mercury. I got silver, neodymium, helium, and then finally, way over here, just caught the corner of aluminum. Without a mod like this, you would be spending a lot of time trying to catch that last one with just a few feet to go. And I also put on God mode, so when you come down, you will not die. It did dislocate a limb, but I can live with that. So I'm hoping this mod will be released soon. I'm working on writing up the description and, you know, dealing with all the rules. This is based on an old mod, which the owner has given permission for people to fool with, so I don't think I have an issue there, but I will let you know as soon as I get it up. Let's go back to Charybdis. Hope you enjoyed the little detour. Of course, the end game when we're making a factory like this is how can we turn it into something useful for us? Well, of course, you can pick up, run along and just empty out all those crates, or I could link those crates to another large crate and come over to the Trade Authority and start to sell them. Although you don't get a lot for ammo, I can certainly store it with all my other bad stuff here in my universal stash, but mostly keep it in my pocket. But if you really want to go nuts, take advantage of the time ratio. Notice again, an hour local time is 100 hours universal. And of course, what that means is that since our equipment, I'll sleep for 1 hour, what I've gotten is 100 hours worth of production from all of those blue fabricators. And I've gotten it from the ones that are out in the field at HYLA. Just our latest example. You won't see it right away because the cargo links and the cargo ships operate on local time or their own time. They don't. You don't get 100 hours worth of deliveries in 1 hour. You still get just one delivery. So that would make a tremendous difference. Sleep for 24 hours here, and you'd have enough ammunition to make you a very attractive international. No, I don't want to go into it. Not now. No good. Too late. Okay, please, guys, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.